Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers, and welcome to another video. Our government, in fact, most Western governments are literally physically crapping themselves right now. All of them are going out of their way to say, well, while we agree with what happened in Iran, we had nothing to do with it. It wasn't us. And the reason they're doing this, without realising what they're doing, is admitting they understand the problem that they have created by allowing thousands, hundreds of thousands, or in some cases, millions of unvetted, undocumented fighting age men to enter their country and to spread amongst the populace. They know that if these people decide that we did have something to do with it, they will rise up, and you've got no way of stopping them. It is literally the language of panic and fear. The realization, without actually saying it, that they know they've lost control. That they just, and it just keeps coming, especially in the UK, over and over and over again. We've had thousands upon thousands upon thousands every day. Well, every week. In fact, sometimes you need 2,000 a week. And that's the illegals. Don't forget we have millions of legal immigrants who come over, and you've already seen them. Why the Liberals have a meltdown. So they've had a Ukrainian flag, and they've had to put that down. And then they've had their pride flag, and they've had to put that down. And then what do you? Oh, then we have to get a Palestine flag. Oh, shit, we've got to put that down. And now we've got to pick up an Iranian flag. And it's these useful idiots that will be the cover for what is going to inevitably happen. And it doesn't matter whether you try and deny it or not. There will be, in the West, a series of terrorist attacks. And it'll all be because of Iran. And then the Liberals will go, well, you know, we have for many, many years been able to try and say that there's a problem with immigration, that we have an overload of people who shouldn't be here, as we have absolutely no idea of who they are, where they've come from, what their record is, what their history is. And then when we do something like has happened now in the Middle East, they shit themselves because they realise they've allowed the importation of our enemies. There literally is enemies within. And then what makes it even worse is you've got the white liberals who, as I've mentioned, just pick up the next flag and act like useful idiots. It's like the Action for Palestine group, you know, the ones who caused £500 million worth of damage to Bryce Norton while the RAF guard slept or something. Or, but then again, when the fence of your border, of your base, is no higher than this car, in fact, it's not even that, it's waist height, and you could just hop on over, it's hardly surprising. But they're going to march today. And I'm recording this on the Monday. March. The police went, they're not welcome. They've been told between 12 and 3 in this particular area. And they have to be good people. But if it had been a far right march, they'll all be there in riot gear, helmets clipped to their belts, ready to go. Because we've got to do that. But Palestine, you've got people like Mike Tapp, the MP, going, they're not welcome, they shouldn't be allowed to march. Yet, surprise, surprise, guess what? Yeah, and they'll be there with their Iranian flags and their Palestinian flags and their Ukrainian flags and their pride flags. You know, and I've already seen it, gays for Iran, without realising, pretty much like when they say about Palestine, that if you lived in those countries, you would be murdered. You would literally be murdered because of who you are. Because you've got so self-righteous and inflated about yourself that, have I just invented the word inflated? It's not the word I wanted. Inflated, I think was the word I was looking for. Inflated. It's not a word. Surely it isn't. And if it is, it's called a lol and Scrabble. Any case, I digress. They become so happy and used to the way they are here in the West, where they have been given all the rights that they should technically and legally be entitled to, of which most people have no problem giving you, but they have to be special and they have to be seen because they're oppressed. They're so oppressed by everybody for being gay and well, not all. And I'm being activist here. I know plenty of gay, lesbian, and even some transgender people. Absolutely wonderful human beings, because all people are wonderful human beings. But they just want to get on with their lives and be left alone. It's the activists, you know, the ones that ruin it for everybody. No matter what club you're in, there's always a branch of it that have to go out and ruin it for the rest of you. You know, because they're so oppressed by all this that they've got to join the oppressed without even realising what they're doing, without any idea what they're actually voting up for. It literally is chickens voting for KFC. It is mind-blowingly stupid, yet there we are. So, time to bring this one to a close. Now, I've got to get this right. There'll be 2 videos up here you can click on to watch if you want, and there'll be a logo there that you can click on to subscribe, because if you want and agree, that's what you can do. Any case, enough of that, I'm done. So, until the next one.